Well, this week, of course, is Thanksgiving week. And it's very easy this time of year to start thinking along the lines of what we're grateful for. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to tell you to stop doing it. I'm just going to tell you to increase that and do it more frequently, more often. The gratitude is one of these things that every time I look at it, it grows. It gets deeper. It just expands and elevates to new levels. Most of us know that being grateful for the air that we breathe is a very powerful thing. It creates a feeling of gratitude. Being grateful for the water that we drink expands our vibration. It creates, we're grateful for the friends that we have. We're grateful for family. We're grateful for our children. We're grateful for the chairs that we sit. We can make lists all day long of the things that we're grateful for. And I used to talk about that quite often. In fact, one of the books I wrote had a whole section on gratitude, and that's what it was. It was about how to just look at anything and find a way to be grateful for it. And I think that is a great practice. I do not discount what I wrote there. I think it's deeper than that, though. I think that when we look outside to find gratitude, we forget that gratitude is truly inside us. Gratitude truly comes from our heart. Gratitude comes from the fact that we are one with God. How can we not be grateful for everything in existence because of that one simple reason? How can we not remain grateful when someone we love passes on or goes away? It doesn't mean that we have to stop being grateful for them. It doesn't mean that we have to stop being grateful for that experience because we're one with God. And in that, we're still connected. We're still 100% in tune with that person, with that vibration. As I was putting this together, I started looking for some quotes. I'm just a quote junkie, so I always have to find some. So I found some for us. We can only be said to be alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of our treasures. If we look at things from a heartfelt place, we can see God in all of it. If we look at it just as something to be thankful for, we kind of fall short a little bit. So look at things from your heart. You'll see the treasures in all. That was from Thornton Wilder, by the way. I'm not sure who Thornton Wilder is. I just thought it was a cool quote. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you do not have, you will never, ever have enough. It's from Oprah Winfrey. Pretty powerful statement, though. And then 2 weeks ago, you talked last week, so last time I talked, I mentioned Meister Eckhart. Spit that out. He has a beautiful quote. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will suffice. Gratitude. Gratitude, when it comes from deeper than mere words and rises up from your heart, a shift occurs. This shift opens doors and invites you to take another step toward bigger and better manifestations in your life, towards more loving and purposeful interactions with those around you and yourself. Heartfelt gratitude is the catalyst to your authentic life. Heartfelt gratitude is the catalyst to your essence. Heartfelt gratitude is your catalyst to your oneness with God. Brag a little bit, that was from me. When we look outside for things to be grateful for, we set ourselves up to get into comparison mode. I went to the Course in Miracles to see what it had to say about gratitude, and it talks a little bit about this comparison. It says that who has cause for thanks while others have less cause? This is what happens when we start comparing. How can I possibly have thanks while others have less than I do? And then you can also turn that around. Who could suffer less because others, because he sees another suffer more. So when you get into this comparison, you cheat yourself out of the feeling. Now, as I've said, when you look at gratitude from your oneness with God, when you look at gratitude on that level, then you get into what the Course goes on to say. We thank our Father for one thing alone, that we are separate from no living thing, and therefore one with Him. And we rejoice that no exceptions ever can be made which would reduce our wholeness, nor impair or change our function to complete the one who is Himself completion. We give thanks for every living thing, for otherwise we offer thanks for nothing. And we fail to recognize the gifts of God to us. That really hit home this morning when I was reading that. When we can give thanks, when we can live from that authentic place, that oneness with God, and we can come from there with our gratitude, we can be grateful for everything in our life. You can turn on the news and see the horrible stories that they tell you, horrible is in quotes, and you can still find gratitude. You can still know that there is something there. God is at work in that moment, in that experience, in those people. Because every one of us are simply expressing God. We're expressing what we think we're supposed to be doing as God. The news has nothing to fear when we come from a place of pure oneness with God and gratitude. Everything in our existence is worthy of our praise, is worthy of our thankfulness. Every person, whether they're right here in this room with us or whether they're in Austin, are still with us. We're still one with them. We are still purely grateful for the relationship that we have. It doesn't change because there's distance between us. We are one. We are one with the birds, the trees, the lake. We are one with God. That never changes. So again, this week, as we're going into Thanksgiving, go deeper than grateful for that food. See that food as something that was prepared by somebody else for you. Or if you prepared it, see the love that you put in it. Go deeper. When you see the love that goes into it, when you see that someone else had love that they put into it, look even deeper than that and see the God, the divine order that came together to make this plate appear in front of you, and see your oneness with it. The family and friends that you spend time with this week, see the divine in them. See God in them. We talked once before about namaste. I honor the sacred in you. I honor the God in you. Let that be your focus. Kind of makes all of the little silly things that, like my brother never calling, it kind of makes that stuff fall aside. And then you can forget about the tension and the other things that go on that aren't so beautiful. And you can just see them for the love that they are. And they can be acting any way they want to. And if you can see the divine in them, it does not matter. You can find peace. You can find calm. You can find gratitude. So take this week and go a little bit deeper, a little bit more into it. And you're going to change the whole way that you see the world. I know that we do that at certain times. Make an effort to do that all the time. Just think about that. What is it that you can be grateful for this week, beside the obvious? Just want to challenge you to start looking at that. What can you find that you normally would just slide through the day? I'm grateful for each of you. I'm grateful for this community. I am so, so grateful for Madeline and Robert for creating a beautiful foundation. They did. And the people who have been here all along have done a beautiful job with this foundation. We're going to build on that. We're not changing anything to get away from what has already been done here. We are grateful for all that's been done. And we're just going to see what we can do to build on that and make it expand even more. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for being here today. Thank you.